For this discussion, I'm going to be talking about some ways to reduce plastic in the ocean and what concerns I have with solid pollution and air pollution. So first of all, some ways I would reduce plastic in the ocean would be to use more biodegradable products in your everyday life. Some things that wouldn't have lasting effect on the ocean and would be left behind for others to deal with later on in life. And then another way I would try to regulate how much plastic is in the ocean is by regulating fishing, because there's a lot of illegal fishing happening in places like China and in Europe a lot out in the ocean, and they leave behind a lot of waste that they have on their boats, like nets and things, and line and fishing line and reels, things that fall in the water that they leave behind that ends up hurting the fish and hurting the oceans and having a lasting effect on it. Another is to try to recycle more often, and instead of leaving your waste out in the ocean and dumping things like on the internet, there's been a lot of craze about people throwing car batteries in the ocean, which is kind of odd, I guess, but to stop things like that, instead of going and throwing it in the ocean, to try to take it to a recycling center and see if they can take care of it for you, and to use more healthy products for the earth that won't have an effect on the atmosphere or the ocean. Like, instead of using plastic containers or anything that you're just going to throw away after one use, or a plastic bottle, maybe use something that you can reuse over and over again. And then for the other part, I'm going to be talking about how air pollution and solid pollution, or what concerns I have about air pollution and solid pollution. So first of all, with solid pollution, I was thinking that they're kind of running out of space to put landfills and build up trash all over the world, because it just builds up and you can't really do anything with it. It doesn't degrade, it doesn't break down into the soil. It just sits there forever and lets it leak into the world and destroy the landscape. Like places in Dubai and other places around the world that just have lots of just broken down cars everywhere, that they just sit there in the desert and do nothing but just, I guess, collect oil and dust on the ground that ends up polluting the sky and the earth more. And then some concerns I had about air pollution would be whenever they try to eliminate the solid pollution and burn it into the atmosphere, it ends up causing more problems for the world and could cause things like global warming, or it could concern those who have illnesses that have problems breathing or asthma. People have lots of struggles trying to just live with all the pollution that we have that's burned into the atmosphere, trying to eliminate it. So that were my concerns.